Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, June the 26th, day 24 of my SOBO through hike attempt. Today we've got probably 4.2 or 3 miles to get into Andover. We're going to be staying at the cabin with Miss Honey, who kind of like old man back up in Monson is a AT legend icon, if you will. But yeah, she's got a lot of stories. It'll be kind of interesting. Hopefully she's got room for us and we can stay there, because we definitely need to do some laundry, even though in the next couple of days or tomorrow it's supposed to start back raining. So it is what it is. Tomorrow we'll start making our push towards Bethel, and then after Bethel we're going to push right out of Maine, which was my goal. And but hopefully today, I don't think there's a whole lot in Andover, but I really need to get a hammock. Like I say, hopefully I can get some good views from the top of Oak Blue. And yeah, anything cool down the trail, I'll be sure to show you. And thanks for everybody following, subscribing, and liking. Anything, like I say, me and Forrest Gump, we're getting ready to ease down the trail, and appreciate everybody praying for us and pulling us along. Thanks. Yeah, since I've got some fairly decent walking right here just for a minute before I hit Old Blue, I just thought I'm sure I've got a lot of questions, like on my sleep system. I was just gonna kind of explain a sub 6 hammock. I've got a hammock gear quilt protector, which is good because if it rains or the wind blows, it keeps it off of me so I don't lose all of my heat out of my hammock. I do not have a under quilt for my hammock yet because it's summertime and I've been fine, but maybe if I make it to the Smokies, I'll probably need to get it back, maybe get one in Tennessee somewhere. And then I also have their bug net. I think it's a SL model. But most importantly, with a hammock, and I think these will work with well, I know they will, is the Helios tree straps, because they use a whoopee tension. Like you don't have to use carabiners or anything like that. You just simply, pull the cord to adjust it to whatever distance or length you want. And it's kind of like the old, I don't know, it kind of works the same as the old Chinese thing that they used to make. You'd put both your fingers in it and you couldn't pull them out. It was basically the same concept. But the Helios straps for sure, and they're light as well. Of course, like I've said plenty of times, I'm not a gram weenie, but wow, this hammock is, I can tell a difference just carrying it, but it definitely sleeps better. And like I say, I have a heat seeker 20 degree sleeping bag from Hang Tight. It's a cottage company up north. I can't remember, like Michigan or Ohio, maybe even Indiana. I can't remember. I bought so much stuff from some cottage companies. But I actually got it off of Etsy, because when you go to pricing 20 degree, 800 feel quilts, like an example, Enlighten Equipment has one, looks just like mine, and I want to say they're like $300, just about $400. Very expensive, and I'm sure they've got different versions, don't get me wrong. But the 20 degree like I've got's right around $400, maybe like $350 or so. Don't quote me on that. But and for mine, my heat seeker, I gave $90. So, a big difference. But yeah, we're just easing on up towards Old Blue, and hopefully when I get up on Old Blue, of course it's partly cloudy again, so I'm hoping I'll have some kind of views. You got to really be careful on these things. Sometimes they are slicker than you know what. I try to go around them if it's, if the ground looks like I can skirt around them, I will. But you can kind of see what we're dealing with today. And to be honest, like every day, so far, mate. There you go. Might as well get them wet. Why not? But yeah, we're starting our ascent of Old Blue. Let's go.
Only half a mile.
Yep. Yep. The end of day 24. We made it into Andover. Tomorrow morning we'll get up and start towards Bethel. Just kind of taking a picture of the cabin. You can see there's bunk beds. Got some Nobos, got some folks from Auburn on the lower ones, and all of their Nobos out here. And of course, here's mine, just trying to get everything ready for in the morning. So yeah, hiker's paradise. At least got our clothes dry. Of course, it's supposed to start back raining tomorrow. But yeah, I'll check back in with everybody in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's June the 27th, day 25 of my SOBO through hike attempt. Let's see here. The weather's currently 70. They're calling for, up here, you might as well say partly cloudy every day. You know, it's supposed to start raining the next couple of days. There's a little bit of clouds. Hopefully I'll get some views. Last night we got in to, we stayed at the cabin here in Andover. Real nice folks. It's actually when Earl Schaefer did his, I won't say it was his 50th anniversary through hike, who was the first person to ever hike the AT northbound, stayed where he stayed at. It was pretty cool. You'll see in the, I included it in yesterday's video. But yeah, it's we're heading south. We're going to try to make it 14 miles. Looks like we've got a pretty good climb leaving out of here, which you always do when you go into town. This isn't really a town. I mean, it's a town, but it's very small. Really nice place though. Miss Honey's a real super sweet lady that runs a cabin. She's 90, I want to say 90 years old. A lot of history at that place. But yeah, me and Forrest Gump, he's definitely running this morning. I better go catch him. But hope everybody's enjoying, following along, and hopefully we can get to the top right here. And like I say, we're 2 days from Bethel. We're not going to go to Bethel. We're going to skip it, and we're going to go on into Gorham, which is, for us, is probably about 4 days out, maybe 4.5. So, and then hopefully I can resupply and get me a hammock, and I'm probably going to go ahead and get me some shoes as well while I'm there. But yeah, appreciate everybody following along and on my journey, and let's get up this mountain and let's head south. Let's get back to Georgia. Yeah. Easy. We're going straight down. There goes Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's filling up on water. Still just easing down the trail. Probably got about 8 miles to the next lean-to. I got word, I probably mentioned it the other day, we had recently, I think this past weekend, it's hard to keep track with everything out here, but our club championship at Apple Mountain, and Hall of Famer Scott Pitts won. Shocker. Just wanted to give a shout out to Scott. It's like a brother. Hope everything's going good, family's good. But yeah, and then last night, or just a minute ago that is, we stayed with them at the cabin, but Dad and Ocho, they're from Auburn, super nice folks. So Dad and daughter, and they're going to SOBO and getting ready to finish her journey on the AT. Great people. Wish them luck. Congratulations. Also, Cooper was there at the cabin, and Cooper was actually traveling from Springer with Homegrown, who we met. Goodness gracious, I'm sitting here with one hand. What am I thinking? Homegrown, who we met a couple of days ago, and he was telling me, I didn't know at the time when I met Homegrown, we talked just a little bit on the trail, but he was actually a Green Beret, and he was moving on, splitting up with Cooper because he had a deadline. Wish him luck and congratulations, and appreciate your service. That's awesome. He was a Green Beret. I also have a buddy back home, Scooter, who would be running right over this stuff, just like, yeah, nothing. Who's also a Green Beret. Love him like a brother. Appreciate his service, as well as every service man and woman, regardless, firefighter, police, whatever it is that you've chosen to do to help others is awesome. Should be applauded. But yeah, we're just cruising down. Also, going back to the club championship, I heard that Shoney was working his magic on the grill as usual. Miss y'all guys. Hope everybody's doing good. All the family's well. I know I've said it 100 times, but like I said, I missed my family as well as my friends. You know, that's the one thing out here is just the isolation. So whenever you see somebody after you walk for, 2 or 3 or 4 hours, you see a human, you're like, oh, there's a person, so it's definitely a different feeling. But one of the reasons too I wanted to go SOBO, but still you get lonely. But Forrest Gump has his running shoes on today, and he is rolling. So probably said it earlier, tomorrow we'll be in Bethel. We're gonna cruise on through. The next stop will be Gorham, which is about probably 30 miles from here. But you can kind of see what we're dealing with. Maine at her best. Absolutely gorgeous, but tough. And I told you once I started blabbing, I'd never shut up. Yep, still heading south. Just thought I'd get on here. About 5 miles from the lean-to, or 6. We might just get a safe spot if we can find some good water before. I think tomorrow we have to go over the Balds. I think it's like east and west mountains. But we will. And then also tomorrow afternoon we'll go through Bethel on our way to Gorham. Hopefully I can find me a hammock there so I can get the Jen's hammock back to them, which they said was no problem, just whenever get it back to them. And that got me to thinking about trail magic. And I guess my first trail magic was a buddy of mine, Chris Black. When I told him that I was going to do the trail, I was wearing the Wild Horse 8s, which I've still got on. I mean, I love them. Really good. They've got a carbon foot plate, and it just seems to really help me out. But you just don't see, they're just behind the game as far as trail runners. But anyway, this year they come out with a Kiger 9. He's like, oh yeah, I'll get it for you. And so he got them for me, didn't charge me a dime, and I wore them. But they just, the toe box on the Kiger 9s are definitely too narrow, and I was getting blisters. But they're fine, as long as you're not hiking 15 miles, And I sure do appreciate that. And then another buddy of mine, Shannon, aka Dude, made me the little coin that I showed a couple of days back on the video. It says Maine to Georgia, and it also has Clicking Hills on it. He got that for me, really good gesture. He would be out here with me if he was retired, there's no doubt. But yeah, and then the day we did Katahdin, we come back down A-Ball, which was a butt slide the whole way down, but it part of the journey. We got on the road, and I can't remember if the gentleman's name was John or Jonathan, who gave us stopped and gave us a ride back to the Katahdin Stream campground, because it's probably a couple of miles from A-Ball to Katahdin Stream, in case if you decide to go up the Hunt Trail and then come back down A-Ball, then because we're parked at Katahdin Stream campground, and of course we had to walk back to the vehicle. But thanks to him, and he was from Pennsylvania, gave us a ride. And then of course in Stratford, the gins at the main roadhouse, that when I came in there on one wheel, literally because of my ankle, and plus I'd busted my hammock, and my fun meter was done. It was overloaded, and they saved a day, and I've still got their hammock. I want to get it back to them, but they said, don't worry, just whenever I get one, send it back, and I will. And then whenever we got into Rangeley, Miss Gibbons, she was right there as soon as we come out of the trail. She'd been doing the section hike, and gave us a ride to Camp 43. But yeah, just some of the cool stuff that's happened so far. And like me and Forrest Gump was talking about, we haven't even gotten out of Maine yet. And on that note, like I say, it's really, like I was talking with my dad last night on the phone, helped me as far as having Forrest Gump, somebody else. We have the same goal. We're pretty much hiking at the same speed, although he's done moved on up ahead of me now because I start blabbing, and I'm definitely trying to watch where I'm walking, even though it probably maybe not look like it on camera. Have to navigate these things. But yeah, he's a good old guy from Columbia, South Carolina. I want to say Forrest Gump was born in Charleston, but yeah, appreciative of him. And like I say, hopefully me and him can, it's a feat to do this, by yourself, but it's even more of a feat, say, or accomplishment, say, if you actually hike the trail with the same person, and I understand why now. And I know in July, like the end of July, he's supposed to leave for a couple of days because he's going to Kiowa Island to celebrate his mom's birthday. So that's about a month away, so we'll just figure out what we're going to do then, because I definitely want to keep hiking with Forrest Gump. And depending on how long he's off trail, I don't know, by then I may just be, I'm just going to go ahead and push it. I haven't really decided yet. And or I may just come home for a short stint, depending on how long he's going to be off trail, and see my family and then come back. Haven't decided yet. But yeah, just headed south. Just thought I'd kind of talk a little bit about what was on my mind. And I'll talk to y'all later. Yeah, we're making our way down to some supposedly a pretty good stealth camping site. Well, not really stealth, but a camping site. Just this side of the Bald Plate Mountains. In the morning, we'll be going up over Bald Plate East and Bald Plate West. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing them. If I am, I'll correct myself in the morning. But yeah, we're just easing down through here, trying to get through blowdowns. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have some pretty good spots. Winds picked up a little bit. It's been pretty good today though. Knock on wood, so far it hasn't rained on us yet. I normally do not try this, and I'm not going to. I got my trekking poles first. Not only that, it definitely helps out with my knees and my ankles whenever I'm going down to try to plant them before I step. I never really realized how helpful or beneficial trekking poles were. Because like I said, back home you hardly, especially Blood Mountain and stuff like that, you never hardly see anybody with trekking poles. But now I definitely know why you need them. They've definitely been beneficial, and I appreciate them. But yeah, we're just easing right down here. I see a sign. It's probably going to be where we're going to camp. There's actually a road right there. There's a vehicle. But yeah, we're just, it's been a pretty good day. This is nice right here. Look, we've got pine needles. It feels like carpet. But you still have the roots under there, just waiting to sprain your ankle. But yeah, me and Forrest Gump, we're still headed south. Like I say, tomorrow after we get up and over Bald Plate East and then Bald Plate West, we'll start our descent down into Bethel. I want to say we're about 10 miles from Bethel now. And then, so tomorrow afternoon we'll be pushing our way out of Maine. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. So yeah, appreciate everybody watching, liking, following, subscribing, the whole 9 yards. But we're going to ease on down here and get camp set up, and I'll take a picture or two of our camping spot. Appreciate it. I guess Order of the Era did pay off. Got a fire going, hammock ready, getting ready to start a little supper. But yeah, hope everybody has a good day.